I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good afternoon, Flavio Medeiros. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful day?
I am doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm pretty excellent, my friend. It's my final day on this goal to have 800 conversations in 12 weeks. I'm excellent. I'm pumped.
That's a lot of conversations. You're right about that.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, do tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am in Tampa, Florida.
All right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
Well, it's a combination of two of them. Like yourself, I have a podcast, and
Tell
I know
us
we
the name of
connected
the
about that.
podcast. Tell us the name of the podcast.
Yes. Podcast is Side Business Launch and Grow, which is all about helping people get started with their side business or side hustle so they can hopefully one day have a successful business.
Super.
And we also met on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, LinkedIn is definitely the connection model I use this time. It's very effective. I enjoyed LinkedIn a lot more than Facebook previously. I really enjoyed the LinkedIn experience, yeah.
Yeah, when used correctly, it's very powerful to network and really meet other people and what it is that they do.
Yeah, most definitely. I did get some messages, but not as many as I do get on Facebook with ads and those types of things. But I did get some messages, but very few. It's really been effective. I mean, it's connected me to you, Flavio. That being said, tell us more of what you do, please.
So I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I really believe that everyone should have a side hustle or side business. And here in America, anyway, everyone gets caught up in the whole, well, I'm going to graduate college. I'm just going to get this great 9 to 5 and, everything is going to be great. And I'm very passionate about having a side hustle or side business on the side. I've done it since 2005 when I began a mobile DJ company focusing on weddings, which I still do today. And then around 2012, I got into the online space doing web design, online marketing, like a lot of others, and really discovered that side of things and said, you know what, and using my online marketing knowledge, I want to spread this passion to everybody else out there and kind of, show people what they could be doing and really teach them to not rely on just their employer, where I think that's kind of risky to do. So that's what the podcast is about, just kind of teaching people about online marketing, how to grow their business or even start one. And although my website is centered around that, where, I have courses coming out pretty soon to kind of help teach people, again, to get a second income going and not rely on just one thing.
So you've been in the side hustle world for quite a bit now. Why will you continue on this journey, my friend, of doing the side hustle?
Yeah, number one, I really love doing it. A lot of people, when they're done with their day job and they kind of sit around watching TV for a while, I like to watch TV too. I like Netflix like everybody else, but I also want to manage my time and make sure I'm doing something productive. But the biggest reason I'll keep doing it is to have an impact and really, I have kids, so I want to one day pass an asset to them, and business is certainly a very good way to do that.
Love it. Tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
And I like this question because consistency is key with anything. And for me, I think taking action is what I've done consistently over the last 3 years. Whereas before that, I was the king of getting all kinds of information. And especially with the internet today, it's very easy to get caught up in, I need to know this, I need to know that. And you find yourself Googling so many things. And I did that for a while. And over the last 2 to 3 years, I have found myself just taking little nuggets and just always applying them and taking action, kind of like a little ladder, moving up that ladder as time goes on and applying everything.
Love it. How does that make you feel, though?
It makes me feel great and accomplished. Before I wasn't as focused, like I said, not taking that action. But once I take action, it just makes you feel good. And whether or not the action works, at least you can say, look, I did it. I tried it. And maybe I'm going to try something else different. So it makes me feel accomplished.
Love it. Again, where's the best place for us to connect with you again, Flavio?
I would say the website's flavionelson.com, or even to check out the private Facebook group that's all about others looking to connect and utilize resources for starting a side business, and that's sidebusinessgroup.com. flaviomedeiros.com.
Love it. And of course, the podcast. Yeah, do check out the podcast. Side Business
Yeah.
Launch and Grow. There we go. Well,
Yep.
Flavio, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Flavio, what is your earliest childhood memory?
This is that's something I talk about a lot, to say that, I wonder how things were when I was very little. And I think I remember in kindergarten going to school dressed as Superman. It was some sort of dress up day or something like that. And I went as Superman. I can remember some people really digging it, some kids really, oh, that's cool. And some others kind of not really crazy about it. And, but I think for some reason I just remember that in kindergarten, kind of going to school as Superman.
How do you see this memory connecting to who you are today?
I see it because, it really taught me to, I was a big Superman fan. I still am, but it really taught me to, believe in what you want to believe in. And not everyone is always going to agree with you on that. Not everyone is always going to see the same thing as you. But it taught me early on, I guess, and especially with the kids saying they really liked my costume, if you will, taught me that, you know what? Just do what you want to do. Some people are going to like it, others don't. And it also teaches you to just believe and dream, which is something I've always done, especially in entrepreneurship.
Love it. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yeah, I love those interpretations you offer. Absolutely.
Even Superman was a side hustler.
That's right. That's right. He couldn't just save the world all day. He had to work at,
as a news reporter, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. Love it. Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, my friend. Love it. Well, Flavio, if we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
When I was 12, that was about 1990. Oh, wow. That would make it Vanilla Ice. Ice Ice Baby.
Ice
Believe it or not, that was it was the hottest song around that time.
Yeah. Still has a bit of a bite. Yeah, I mean, you pump it up.
Yeah.
But you've done DJing, so I can imagine when you play it in parties, it still has a bite, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You're right. It's one of those songs that, when you play, it's a great, throwback, if you will, where people would say, oh, I remember this jam.
Yeah.
So, absolutely.
Love it. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Flavio?
I am ready.
Flavio, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
3 boys.
Wow. Full team.
That's right.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes, definitely.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Less than 8.
Flavio, after having 1,001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, I came up with a workbook thereafter. The name of it is called Yours. It stands for Your Own Unique Real Self. And the idea is you answer questions similar to these to uncover your own unique real statement, your mission, if you would. If you, Flavio, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Flavio Medeiros, what would you say that is?
I think my statement would be to, just always dream and, really don't give up. I saw a great quote not too long ago that, said, don't live the same life 75 years in a row and call it a life. And that really resonated with me because a lot of times people get caught up in what I was talking about earlier with their jobs and just kind of the rat race and doing the same thing, and I'm very passionate about people starting a business and being able to, again, hopefully escape that rat race and be able to do their own thing. So it would be to dream and follow your passions and your interests and create a business around it, because these days it's very easy to do that. So that's really my passion, is to spread that through the podcast and everything else I do.
Love it. Flavio, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, the last thing I will share is that, it's really rewarding to have your own business. And if you're not doing it because you really like your job or you feel you make enough, you just never know what will happen. So again, I urge everyone to start something, or if you have something, make it bigger than it is, and it's a great asset you can pass to children one day. And check out FlavioNelson.com, like I already mentioned, and the sidebusinessgroup.com, which is the private community. In case you don't know where to start, then I, along with everyone else in there, would love to help.
Love it. Now, pronounce your last name for me in your tongue. Let's hear how it's done properly.
Well, English, it's Medeiros, but yeah, it's Medeiros.
Medeiros. There we go. Flavio Medeiros, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.